HSBC has admitted failings in managerial control after reports that it helped wealthy customers conceal millions of pounds of assets. Senior figures from the bank have been appearing this afternoon before Parliament's Public Accounts Committee. HSBC's chief executive, Stuart Gulliver, admitted his personal tax arrangements had caused reputational damage to the bank, but insisted he was the right man to lead it. Our business editor, Kamal Ahmed, reports.
HSBC back in the firing line over tax evasion in its Swiss private bank. MPs accused one of the world's largest operations of complete managerial incompetence. They said its lack of knowledge about tax evasion in its own business stretched credibility.
I had responsibility for global private banking.
First up, Chris Mears, former chief executive of HSBC's private bank.
Are you saying to us this afternoon that you are the fall guy, that you accept direct responsibility?
Mr. Mears said staff at HSBC Switzerland were directly responsible, but he accepted some of the blame.
I absolutely take responsibility for the control failings that may have happened during my period of being CEO of group private banking.
Personally?
I was in that personal role.
We had clear policies in place.
Second came Rona Fairhead, HSBC board member and chairman of the BBC Trust. MPs wanted to know why control systems she said were in place didn't appear to work.
Given that there were those system failings, and you were in charge of the systems at the relevant time, or at least you were the person receiving their output, how can you stay in place as a non-executive director of this bank? Surely you should go, shouldn't you?
No.
Someone has to take responsibility for this.
I think we've been quite clear about where the responsibility lies, and in terms of the oversight, I could only respond to evidence that I had, and I could only deal with that.
Such were the failings at HSBC. Margaret Hodge said that Ms Fairhead should stand down or be sacked as chairman of the BBC Trust. Politicians certainly revealed their frustration at the answers given to them today by the HSBC executives in front of them. We've now had hours of evidence. 2 weeks ago was the Treasury Select Committee, today the Public Accounts Committee, and we are still nowhere nearer knowing who is individually responsible for the failures at the Swiss private bank. HSBC insists it has changed and tightened up controls. It will now be braced for what is likely to be a highly critical report from MPs investigating its very public fall from grace. Kamal Ahmed, BBC News.